Topic 12: Promoting goods and services using integrated marketing communications. At the end of this topic, students will be able to relate the concept of integrated marketing communications to the development of a firm's promotional strategy, explain the concept of a promotional mix and list the objectives of promotion, summarize the different types of advertising and advertising media, describe the role of sales promotion in promotional strategy, identify the various personal selling tasks and the steps in the sales process, explain public relations support and other elements of the promotional mix, identify the factors that influence the selection of a promotional mix, contrast pushing and pulling promotional strategies, and discuss the major ethical issues involved in promotion. A marketing process is not complete without the fourth P called promotion. To create awareness of a product, its availability, price, and features, promotion is necessary. Promotion is also required to persuade and induce a prospective customer in buying a product. It is a function which maintains interactions with consumers through communication networks and keeps them updated about the product. Paid forms of promotions are advertisements and unpaid is publicity. Personal selling also helps in direct contact with consumers and gives personalized attention to them. Promotion is a function of informing, persuading, and influencing a purchase decision. And integrated marketing communication, the IMC, is coordination of all promotional activities like media advertising, direct mail, personal selling, sales promotion, and public relations to produce a unified, customer-focused message. Such communication should avoid confusing the consumer and focus on positive attention on the promotional message. It should focus on customer needs to create a unified promotional message and need a broad view of promotion to implement. And they cannot rely on traditional broadcast and print media and direct mail, and must also include all forms of customer contact packaging, store displays, sales promotion, sales presentations, and online and interactive media. First, goals and objectives for the firm's promotional strategy are to be set, and then various elements of the strategy are woven into an integrated communication plan. Plan becomes a central part of the firm's total marketing strategy. Feedback completes the process by identifying any deviations from the plan. Promotional mix is a combination of personal and non-personal selling techniques designed to achieve promotional objectives. Marketers combine these techniques to meet the needs of their firm's target customers and effectively and efficiently communicate the firm's message to them. Personal selling is a direct person-to-person promotional presentation to a potential buyer. The communication can occur during face-to-face meeting or via telephone, video conference, or interactive computer link. Non-personal selling consists of advertising, sales promotion, direct marketing, and public relations. Although advertising is the best known form of non-personal selling, sales promotion accounts for about 2/3 of marketing expenditures in this category. The objectives of promotional strategy. Providing information is the first one. Major portion of the US advertising is information oriented. Example, large sections in Wednesdays and Thursdays editions of daily newspaper consist of advertisements and inserts that tell shoppers about featured specials at grocery stores and other local retail outlets. The second objective would be differentiating a product. Promotion also is used to differentiate a firm's goods and services from the competitors by establishing a place in the minds of the consumers, by communicating meaningful distinctions about the attributes, price, quality, or use of a good or service. The next objective would be increasing sales. Most common objective, and it could happen when you try to focus on a particular product. For example, Naturalizer became the third largest seller of women's dress shoes by appealing to baby boomers. Stabilizing sales is another objective. Sales contests often used during slack periods also motivates salesperson by offering prizes such as vacation trips, TV sets, cell phones, and cash. Sales promotion materials often distributed to customers to stimulate sales, especially during off-seasons. Accentuating the product's value. Promotional strategies can enhance the product's value by explaining often unrecognized ownership benefits. Example, car makers offer long-term warranty programs and promote the excellence of their repair services. Promotional efforts can focus on low price aspects of value. Let us now look at the types of advertising and advertising media. For that, we have to define advertising. Advertising is a paid, non-personal communication delivered through various media and designed to inform or persuade members of a particular audience. The types of advertising could start with product advertising. It consists of messages designed to sell a particular product or a good. Institutional advertising involves messages that promote concepts, ideas, philosophies, or goodwill for industries, companies, organizations, or government entities. Advocacy advertising, also known as cause advertising, promotes a specific viewpoint on a public issue as a way to influence public opinion and the legislative process. Informative advertising. It is used to build initial demand for a product in the introductory phase of a product life cycle. Persuasive advertising. It attempts to improve the competitive status of a product, institution, or concept, usually in the growth and maturity stage of the product life cycle. Comparative advertising. It is a form of persuasive product advertising that compares products directly with their competitors. Reminder-oriented advertising. It often appears in the late maturity or decline stage of the product life cycle to maintain awareness of the importance and the usefulness of a product, concept, or institution. Now to move on to the media, advertising media, the most common that comes to our mind is the newspaper. It continues to dominate local advertising. Advertisements can be easily tailored for local tastes and preferences and can also coordinate newspaper messages with other promotional efforts. But the disadvantage is that it has got relatively a short lifespan. It is said that today's newspaper is tomorrow's waste paper. Television. It is America's leading national advertising medium, which combines sound with dynamic visuals of products and their associated images. Radio. Average US household owns 5 radios. Radio advertisements can capture audience of listeners as they commute to and from work. In major markets, many stations serve different demographic groups with targeted programming. Magazines. It includes consumer publications and trade journals, can often customize their publications and target advertising messages to different regions of the country. Direct mail. Over twice as effective as television advertising. carefully targeted direct mail effort with an interesting message can actually work well for small budget advertisers. Outdoor advertising. Majority of spending on outdoor advertising is for billboards. Other types of outdoor advertising are signs in transit stations and stores, airports and sports stadiums. And advertisers nowadays are exploring new forms of outdoor media, many of which involve technology. The disadvantages include the facts that brief messages are required and there is mounting concern for aesthetic and environmental issues. Sponsorship. It involves providing funds for a sporting or cultural event in exchange for a direct association with the event. Primary benefits: exposure to the event's audience and association with the image of the activity. Infomercials. These are 30-minute programs that resemble regular TV programs but are devoted to selling goods and services. Other media options include advertisements in movie theaters, airline movie screens, printed programs, subway tickets, and automated teller machines. Point of purchase advertising, POP. These are displays or demonstrations that promote products when and where consumers buy them. It takes advantage of many shoppers' tendency to make purchase decisions in the store itself. The role of sales promotion. Sales promotion is a non-personal marketing activity other than advertising and public relation that stimulate consumer purchasing and dealer effectiveness. It includes displays, trade shows, demonstrations, and various non-recurrent selling efforts. Advantages are short-term increased sales, increased brand equity, and enhanced customer relationships. The goals of a consumer-oriented sales promotion include getting new and existing customers to try or buy products, encouraging repeat purchases by rewarding current users, increasing sales of complementary products, and boosting impulse purchase. Coupons, rebates, samples, and premiums. These are also sales promotion techniques. The most widely used sales promotion techniques are coupons, advertising clippings, and cards included in packages. Coupons offer small price discounts and may persuade a customer to try a new or a different product. Rebates offer cashback to customers and help manufacturers to increase purchase rates, promote multiple purchases, and reward product users. Sample is a gift of a product distributed by mail, door to door, in a demonstration, or inside a package of another product. It is expensive but generates a higher response rate than most other sales promotion techniques. Premium is an item given free or at a reduced price with the purchase of another product. It should be such a choice that is likely to get consumers thinking and caring about the brand and the product. Contests and sweepstakes. Offering cash, merchandise, or travel as prizes to participating winners, often used to introduce new goods and services and to attract additional customers. Court rulings and legal restrictions have limited the use of contests. Trade promotion. It is sales promotion geared to marketing intermediaries, used to encourage retailers to stock new products, continue carrying existing ones, and promote products effectively to consumers. Successful trade promotions offer financial incentives, require careful timing, attention to costs, and easy implementation for intermediaries, and should bring quick results and improve retail sales. Trade shows also promote goods or services to intermediaries, often organized by industry trade associations, normally held during annual meetings or conventions, important in fast-changing industries and effective for introducing new products and generating sales leads. Personal selling tasks and the steps in the sales process. Personal selling is an interpersonal promotional process involving a seller's face-to-face presentation to a prospective buyer, considered by many companies as a key to marketing effectiveness. The sale process has 7 steps and it can be identified as follows. The first one is known as prospecting, which involves identifying potential customers. Then comes qualifying. This involves identifying potential customers who have the financial ability and the authority to buy. The third would be approach. Before making the initial contact, careful preparations are to be made. Available data about a prospective customer and other pertinent information is to be analyzed. First impression is important in influencing a customer's attitudes. Then comes presentation. It involves communicating promotional message, major features of the product, highlights and the disadvantages and advantages, and examples of satisfied consumers are typically to be presented in a very positive manner. Demonstration. It involves the prospect in the sales presentation. It reinforces the message that the salesperson has been communicating, and it is a critical step in the sales process. Handling objection. It allows sales personnel to remove obstacles and complete the sale, and it is a positive part of the sales process and allows the salesperson to present additional information. Closing is a critical point in a selling relationship. The time at which the salesperson actually asks the prospect to buy. If the presentation effectively matches product features to customer needs, the closing should be a natural conclusion. Follow-up. It is salesperson's actions after the sale, and it may determine whether the customer will make another purchase. The seller should process the order quickly and efficiently and reassure the customer about the purchase decision. Vital activity for building a long-term relationship with customers by calling soon after a purchase. The salesperson provides psychological reinforcement for the customer's decision to buy also and give the seller a chance to correct any problems. Public relations. An organization's non-paid communication and relationship with public audience. And publicity is the stimulation of demand for a good service, place, idea, person or organization by disseminating news or obtaining favorable media presentations not paid for by the sponsor. Selection of promotional mix. By blending advertising, sales promotion, personal selling and public relation, marketers create an integrated promotional mix that reflects the market product type and stage in the product life cycle, price and promotional budget. They then implement one of the two promotional alternatives, pulling or pushing strategies. Finally, the effectiveness of the promotional strategies must be measured. The guidelines for allocating promotional efforts and expenditure among personal selling and advertisements should be to answer the following questions. What is the target market? What is the value of the product? And what time frame is involved? Based on these questions and the answers, the mix can be very well blended. Pushing strategy is a promotional effort by a seller to members of the distribution channel intended to stimulate personal selling of the good or service, thereby pushing it through the channel. Cooperative advertising, it actually is an allowance in which firms share the cost of local advertising of their product or line with channel partners. Pulling strategy is a promotional effort by a seller to stimulate demand among final users, who will then exert pressure on the distribution channel to carry the goods or service, pulling it through the distribution channel. Ethics in promotion. Promotion ranks high among things raising the most ethical questions. Many people view advertising negatively, labeling it as a propaganda rather than information. Puffery. It is an exaggerated claim of a product's superiority or use of doubtful, subjective, or vague statements, usually considered unbelievable, and is therefore legal but raises ethical questions. Other promotional elements can also involve deception. Sales promotions may tempt unscrupulous companies to deceive consumers by inaccurately stating the odds of winning sweepstakes or contests. Sales people have deceived customers with misleading information. Risk of deception is especially great with promotion targeted to children and teens. Children are not sophisticated at analyzing promotional messages. This includes promotional book covers, posters, and even curriculum material provided in today's schools. Some schools sign up contracts that give certain brands exclusive access to their students, which sometimes could be unethical. With this, we come to the conclusion of Chapter 12, and we should be moving on to Chapter 13, Financial Management. Thank you.